Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving you match analysis for South Africa versus Comoros in the COSAFA Cup semi-final. So let's get into this. Alright, as the chance comes, you're already seen. He is about to kick the ball. He's in that. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I just mispressed everything. And I was on the perfect frame to show as he's. Alright, so let's do this. Yes. So for some reason, and I think it's because he sees this. Okay, so this player was here in a perfect position to either intercept or be able to slow down this guy if he receives the ball. But for some reason, he decides to climb up. Now that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because he was here, he is near someone. He is also near someone. He can get near to this person, but for some reason, he decides to push up when there's no one. I'm trying to figure it out because I think he sees that. He sees that he's left space in behind, and so he can play this ball right there. So I'm wondering why he decided to step forward. No, I really am because there's no reason at all. There is no reason at all for him to step forward. And look, he even runs. I don't know why he did that. I really don't know why. Because let's do this. He is with someone. He is with someone. He can't really see him, but at least he's in a position that he can intercept. He can see him, so both of these two can close him down. So why does he go up anyway? That's something only he will know. Let's play through. Come on, network. Alright. He plays the ball. And then just like that, he just pushes it forward. And then if you notice, his teammate doesn't really help him. I know it's not his fault, but at least you can just try. Because here he's jogging. He should be sprinting. Reason why you sprint rather than jog is because the ball is moving in behind you. And once he moves past you like this, like once he cuts across you, there's nothing you can do because you're most likely going to concede a penalty. At least he's able to try and track back, but at here, I do feel at a certain point he could have kicked the ball out for a throw-in, but instead he's trying to, in a way, keep possession of the ball. That's one thing I've noticed in this match. There were a lot of moments where Comoros could have got rid of the ball, but they're trying to keep it. Because here, I think he was trying to put himself in a position to try and keep the ball, but if he was focused on getting it out for a throw-in or corner, it would have gone out. And this can be the sad thing about football because his teammate, I do feel he could engage quicker, like just get in front of the man. And then if you notice there's a person unmarked here, I really wonder why. And now this is the cruel thing about football because he gets a block but it leads to an own goal. That's how cruel he could have engaged quicker. He did do the right thing by trying to get a block, but that block ended up in his own goal. So I don't know. Football can be like that sometimes. Because these two could have worked themselves better, so they pressure him. So they put him in a position where the ball goes out. And he did decide to engage because I have a feeling he was probably in a position to get the ball from him, but he decided not let me help my teammate. Boom, deflects it into his own goal. Keeper can do nothing. Nothing at all. And he celebrates it well. And now this is a counter-attack. You can tell because they've been dispossessed. The counter-attack starts here. And then if you look at it, I think they are trying to put the ball into the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know it's out of the box, but he's in a very good area to whip in something. If you put in the person that's there, 6. Alright, so how good is their rest defense? They have two players here. I think this one was when you go to when you're playing the ball somewhere here, you always want to have someone you can pass it to so that you can recycle. I think that's why he's there. He's in the middle of the pitch, which is somehow okay. Let's see how this turns out. Alright, so he's running. I think he's run long enough because I would have fouled him. Right here. He's in a position to foul him. He doesn't. He gets dribbled past. I think just sweep his legs, take the card, restart. And I used to get so annoyed when players did this, but now I understood it more. It's so easy to get. Counter attacks are very, very they're very quick. You can be on one part of the pitch, in the next 3 seconds, you're near the 18-yard box. That's how quick they are. So he skips past him. Think probably should have fouled, and then he tries to block off the pass here, but instead opens up the passing lane here. Strange. And I feel way too many people are bothered by the person on the ball rather than the people running. Alright, this is a lovely ball. He plays it into his teammate now. Here, this gap is too big. It's too big. I know it's on the counter attack, but I would rather, because you see this guy here, he's going to run straight through and the ball is going to be played. But for me personally, I would rather this to be closer. No, he moves a bit closer, maybe somewhere there, and then he is just in a position where he can squeeze in or follow him. I'd rather the ball gets played wide, because if the ball gets played wide, it means that the ball has to be played again back into the box. But if you play it through the middle, the player has a free run on goal. That's why personally I would not want the ball to be played through the center. And this is an excellent counter attack. So now he makes the mistake of going to the ball. This is the mistake he makes. He should have just followed his man so that he could be there just to be there to confuse the player a bit, because he knows that there's a possibility this pass could get intercepted. He makes the mistake because by the time he's coming here, it's the exact timing that he will play this ball into his teammate in between the line. And yeah, I would rather people stay on the center. I would rather the two center backs stay here rather than it being played out wide. Sorry. I would rather the two center backs are closer to the middle, block off this lane, and have the ball get played too wide. Because if it gets played wide, you could probably force him away. Yeah, and also he just makes the mistake of leaving his man and trying to go for the ball, which is very far away. I mean, you also have to assess, can I reach this ball in time? And the ball is played wonderfully. The keeper here, he does his best. He comes out, and to be honest, he does do his best, because if you look at it, look at where the goal ends up going into. It hits the post. It was that close to coming out. So the keeper, for me, has done his best. He really has. I mean, what other option could he have done? But also the player here, it's smart because he knows the keeper is going to dive. So if he can just lift it just a little bit above, then he's safe. He knows that he's going to score. He really does know that. Alright, let's head on to the next. Is it goal? No, this is a chance. This is from Comoros. Another thing. I thought at first this keeper was way out, but he actually did well because he completely blocks off this angle, and I think he could do better because he could easily chip the keeper. But it's one of those, a curving chip seems to be more harder than a straight one, because if you have to curve it a bit or like that to get over the keeper, it's more likely someone tries to use power and then it's over, rather than a delicate little, chip dink, a little bit of curl and it goes in. And also the defender here makes sure that he makes the angle even worse. You have a player here recovering, or just in case, ball goes on the line. So this is very good defending. Risky, but they did what they were supposed to do. They prevented the ball from going in. Yeah, striker could have definitely done better. Alright, so this is Comoros again. If you look at it, everything here seems to be alright. Each defender here has a man. It's a 4v4. Also here the midfield, they've covered it well. Then, South Africa. So let's see what happens. What leads to the goal? Ball is played here. And yeah, he simply gets beaten. I feel he gets beaten way too easily. He doesn't apply enough pressure. He is close, but not close enough. Because when you're close, I mean, all you need is enough room. Let's say this is the ball. It's going to be a turbo drawing. This is the leg. Boom. This is the player. Ooh, this is terrible. But anyway, I'm just trying to show you something. Yeah, so if he has enough room to swing his leg on the ball, he has too much space. It has to be if he even tries to swing that ball, your leg is there. That's how it's supposed to be. Ish. Oh, I think when I say is to watch Stickman because I think that's the only way I'll be able to draw. Yeah, so yes, your leg is supposed to be right there, so it's supposed to be extra close. Because if you look at it, he gives him all the time in the world. He really does. Because normally here you're supposed to stick your arm a bit out, hold him, just reassert that distance, just to let him know I'm here. Because that's the only thing that goes wrong here. He just, number 21, lets him get the. Like here, he's trying too much to, like, I don't know if it's Zono, but just like trying to track him rather than try. He's in a good position to get that ball, block it, but this is too easy. He should have just held him, shoulder to shoulder, try and push him away. That's too easy. And then here there's a bit of a mix-up because everyone had their own man, but now because of a bit of movement, this gap has opened up. He tried to get the ball, but it got past him. And then he gets it. I like how patient he is because most people just try and whack it. He holds it, and then he takes a touch, and then he shoots. And now here you think South Africans actually did their best here in terms of defense. Because if you're a defender, if you know that it's inevitable the player is going to shoot, you try and force it here. You try and force the shot centrally so that you help your keeper. That's what you do. That's what most teams do. Some others are so good. If the keeper is here, they will force the player to take that shot in this region. Because what they've done is just, in a way, it's just okay. They've forced the shot central to where the keeper can catch it. They've made sure that he doesn't even try to, put it in the corner. But just within this region, the defenders did their best there. But the keeper could have caught this. He really could have. And he knows it. You can tell. Just by the way he stays on a bit longer, he knows. So, but the South Africans do well here. They get back, they try and block him off, but yeah. And also, I saw a bit of comments saying the pitch wasn't as good, and I'm starting to see it. Maybe the pitch did affect the way the keeper caught the ball, but Let's head on to the next chance of the match. Actually, yeah, chance of the match. Alright, so let me try and push this back a bit because this chance, like, they cut it immediately after this, so I don't really see any build up. But let's assume it's another counter attack, right? So he cuts in between them. Now, this is where I get upset. He has possession of the ball, he's taken the first touch. Get it out. Get it out. I usually try to go for throw-in because, corners could be dangerous. That's usually a very, very last resort because he has the ball in possession. He takes a touch, he takes another, and then he falls over. And then back again, the ball is out of possession. The ball, he's lost possession right there and then. Because, yeah, like I've mentioned, I saw comments saying the pitch isn't as good. So I think that could affect the way they play. But if you know it's not within, like, maybe you're not comfortable on the ball or something like that, just get rid. There's no problem. You don't always have to keep possession of the ball. You don't always have to. And then here he takes advantage. At least he tries to cover up for his mistake by immediately going to block. And then shot gets taken. It hits the post. So yeah, that's the funny thing about football. They do that. They try to get possession where you can't really keep possession of the ball. And fortunately enough, they did not concede a goal. Yeah, but this is what frustrated me a bit. Because here, and at least, if take the first touch as close as you can so that you can kick it out, but instead you try to push it out so you could probably run away from the ball. Things like that. I understand you're trying to keep possession, but this is not the place. Yeah, but at least they do try and block it, and then here. And then once again, he tried to keep possession of the ball. He tried to do a little La Croqueta. He tried to La Croqueta the ball, but fortunately enough, that led to this, whereby it deflected into the keeper's arms. Otherwise, once again, doing the wrong thing, positive result. No goal conceded. Football can be a very, very funny sport sometimes. Once again, poor clearance. And then here, they are lucky. I also noticed South Africa were getting the ball in these areas a lot. Like just in behind the defense. So I was wondering where the midfield was. And then boom, post. they were doing that a lot. And then here, like, I noticed most of their shots. Look, I know a cutback usually works, but if you have people there to deal with it, either the cross or just have someone there to block off the attacker, or just be there to block the shot, usually safe. But oof, so many chances. All right, this is Comoros. This is Comoros once again playing themselves into problems. The pitch is not on your side. I mean, the pitch, it's not what it normally is supposed to be. Maybe you're not that good on the ball. No disrespect, but maybe it could be because he puts no, not really, because he's in a lot of pressure because he is getting pressed. He This is proper pressure when you're able to touch someone to force them, not like you're not touching them because it when you touch someone you're in that proximity, or just to let them know I'm here, I'm going to pressure you, I'm not going to allow you to play easily, stuff like that. And then there's another person in front of him, and I think for some reason he could run here, just run, shout, so that you show him that passing option, just as to show him I'm here, you can pass to me. Instead he sticks. And this is one thing I've noticed, like when you see your mate is in trouble and you know that he's not going to let go of the ball, just provide the passing option so that you're just there. If he passes to you, you kick it out, or you just pass it, or you play it somewhere else. But instead, no, they watch as his teammate gets robbed of the ball. And once again, he still doesn't want to let go. He could easily play a pass to his keeper or the defender. He still doesn't want to let go of the ball until finally, boom, the ball is taken away from him. And as you can see here, so much open space. He's the only one there. He should have moved closer. He should be reading this that, let me either provide the passing option or just be there in case things go bad. Nope. Doesn't do any of that. He waits until the final minute. And then this here, nothing much you can do. Free shot on goal. And it's a goal. All because he didn't want to let go of the ball as quick as possible. Right here, right now. And the South Africans are happy. They are happy. I mean, they just played themselves into problems, and they were doing this a lot because he was trying to turn it, yet he knows there's someone right behind him. And his other centre back should have read this, because if he did come close, you have probably been in a position you could clear the ball or just provide that passing option. But instead, he decided to wait. He's not gonna miss that. And just like that, South Africa score another one. Now this is another chance, not chance, but this is a red card. But I just want to show you something. And then let's see. Okay, he does well to dispossess him. Let's just let it. Yeah, let's just let it. I was just waiting for you to. So he does well here to dispossess him, and then he tries to. There. The way his laces are on the ball, I think he was trying to keep possession. Because if he wanted, he could have toe poked it into his teammate here, and they could have recycled it. It's just because of the way. Because if he did try to keep possession of the ball, his laces were what was going for the ball rather than his toe. Because that more surface area. But I do feel if he toe poked it away, if his toe was the first thing to reach that ball, it probably reaches him. Once again, probably trying to grab possession, or maybe he was genuinely trying to play the ball out. So here, as we move it forward, yes, understandably, he went down trying to get the ball, and also it leads to this, yeah. But this is what he does. He tackles him. Worst possible way, worst possible area. And then the referee here, now this is the part that I want to. I mean, he's been given another, this is 2 yellow cards, right? Now, look at him, the number 10. He goes and he grabs the referee. This is one thing you never ever do. Trying to grab the referee. You just keep it respectful, and I'm starting to understand why only the captains are allowed to speak with the referee. Because there are situations like this, because this is where people just get themselves carded for no reason. He grabs him, not only that, he tries to prevent him from removing the card. Like, why would you do that? Why would you prevent the referee from trying to remove their card? He gets himself booked. And he has to come and calm down and he has to calm down and grab his teammate. The red card is understandable, and then he gets yellow card for no reason. He knows what he's done. Finally, the captain comes. I can see the red armband on his, Yeah, but that's the match. Yeah, in this match, Comoros were constantly playing themselves into problems, and yeah, it just didn't end up well for them. Otherwise, great semi-final, lots of goals. Yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next match analysis.